Keep saying it, I'm gonna keep saying it. I really want someone to get Donna Noble's wedding dress and to wear it on their wedding day. So let's make this happen, universe. I believe we can do it.
It just shows that the passion for Doctor Who as a brand, as a character in a world just carries on, keeps on going.
As a Doctor Who fan, I live the dream, right? So I'm a brand director on Doctor Who, and I'm also an absolute nerd and a huge Doctor Who fan.
Matt Smith, I think that's possibly one of the most popular ones that we've got.
Of course, you and bow ties.
Yes, could not pull without bow tie. So first up we have Stephen Fry's costume, C, from Spyfall Parts 1 and 2. A very tall Maisie Williams, who's me, or Ushant. One of the highlights that we've actually got from the Matt Smith era is a collection of prototype garments that were put together, and some really good promotional stills of him kind of wearing this one. This one here is trousers, is different sorts of coats, which it's just really nice to see the process that goes into things like that, which you don't normally see.
Yeah.
Then we have got Jonah Colvin, which is from Invasion of the Zygons. So this one actually comes with a really nice continuity sheet as well. So it adds a little bit more provenance to it. I mean, the provenance for this is impeccable anyway, because it's coming from the BBC studios. But it just helps you understand the context of where it was used, and gives that little bit extra. One of the most popular pieces is Donna's dress. So from The Runaway Bride, it's quite dirty underneath from which she's been running around, and you do not want to see the state of the shoes. But they're positively brown. But again, they're all marked up inside saying Donna, so things like that really, really help with things. And we've seen ones as well that have got like harness rig holes in the back, which is really quite a nice addition. Jodie Whittaker, Third Table South, with the scarf. I always love the rainbow pattern, like that's just the motif that she carries on all the way through. Collection of Peter Capaldi, kind of classic hoodie with a sweater, which we like. Matt Smith, I think that's possibly one of the most popular ones that we've got. My personal favourite is Dave Tennant, and so that's from Voyage of the Damned. Obviously he thought it was made him cursed. Every time he wore it something bad happened, but generally bad stuff happened to him. Anyway, the TARDIS. This is actually from the 50th anniversary An Adventure in Space and Time. So there's a few marks and stuff, so the imperfections in the paintwork and stuff like that. That's what we would call a screen match. So what we've done is we've gone through and seen like pictures, and we knew it was anyway, but you can see that like that little bit there matches up exactly to the one that you see on screen. And that's kind of the holy grail for collectors that we deal with, is that if you can match like imperfections in the stitching or paintwork, then that is, because they make multiples of things in case someone spills their tea on it. Obviously,
That's amazing. So you just have to damage it in a very specific way to get it to match up. That's so cool.
And obviously, this icons, so wants to highlight.
Definitely bigger on the inside.
Yes, definitely. I wish this place was. We have Traitor Dalek, as is affectionately known from Power of the Doctor. Again, the marks and stuff on here, all done by hand, so they match up beautifully to the one seen on screen. Obviously, I haven't blinked throughout all of this because we do have a weeping angel in the room. So obviously that's been occurring throughout the series, and this is just one of a few different angel components. We've got just arms from the episode with Jodie coming through all like the tunnels. We've got wings, we've got busts.
And when they go back and use the weeping angels again, is it sort of the same props that they bring
a lot of stuff has been reused, but it's really interesting to see the construction of things, because it looks like it's made of stone, but it's actually fiberglass and foam and all sorts. One of the really popular ones, which we think will do quite well because it's so displayable, is the Stonehenge Cyberman head. So there's loads of stills of We have a song holding it up, and that's from The Pilorica Opens. So it's a nice piece, you know exactly what it is, and you don't need a very hard living room to store it in. Classic oud, and there are still some cables inside it from, we believe, where the eyes lace up. So that's the evil one. And then if you fancy being converted to a Cyberman, you can pop into this. It's just one of 2 chairs that we have. But yeah, it looks pretty freaky. Props to the prop makers on that one. I would not like to sit in that.
Obviously, we're coming out of the first season of kind of the reboot of Doctor Who. How do you feel kind of how that's gone, and are there any key takeaways from you to kind of take into the future seasons of Doctor Who?
Well, I mean, it's been brilliant.
Yeah.
It just shows that the passion for Doctor Who as a brand, as a character in a world, just carries on, keeps on going, and it can keep regenerating each time. You know, cheesy line, but it can.
Yeah.
So, you know, each new era in Doctor Who gives us something new and a different take on it, and a different take on the character, and reflects, you know, the audience itself. So, yeah, and I think it's brilliant.
Can you tell us also a little bit about the auction? Obviously, it's an incredible cause. You know, why is it important to Doctor Who, and why you wanted to do it, really?
Well, I mean, Doctor Who's got quite a long history with children in need. I remember watching Dimensions in Time when I was a kid with the 3D glasses, finding it very, very exciting. And we've been going through a process of kind of cataloguing all our amazing assets. I mean, do have thousands and thousands of Doctor Who kind of physical assets, props and costumes. We don't have space for it all, and we want to give back to the fans, really, as well as being able to kind of maximise the opportunity for charity. So in doing that, we've selected some of these amazing items, making sure that we're retaining, you know, what we need to put on exhibitions and make sure everyone can see it. But put some things up for sale here that we think people are really going to be excited by.
Yeah, so I think it's been a long journey to get to this place, and kind of cataloging all of the amazing items that we have in the warehouse. And as a Doctor Who fan, I live the dream, right? So I'm a brand director in Doctor Who, and I'm also an absolute nerd and a huge Doctor Who fan. So getting to the opportunity to go through all of these historic items and see, touch, and feel them myself has been kind of like a kid in a candy shop, right? And so to get to share that with all of the fans and say, look at this really cool stuff, and you can own a piece of history, and knowing probably what that's going to mean to them, I think has been really nice. I keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it. I really want someone to get to Hannah Noteple's wedding dress and to wear it on their wedding day. So let's make this happen, universe. I believe we can do it.
And obviously Doctor Who as a brand, absolutely incredible. It's been going for so long. There are always people who say pretty much every year and going to get shut down. It's going to get cancelled. It's not going to last. What would you say about the strength of Doctor Who's brand in response to kind of things like that?
I think Doctor Who will always be around in people's hearts and minds, and it'll never go away in that respect, right? It's been around for 60 years. It'll continue to be around for as long as people love adventures in space and time. For us, it's celebrating the breadth of Doctor Who and the fact that every year, every day, people are learning about it and falling in love with it, and everyone has their own Doctor and their favorite stories. I've been watching classic Doctor Who in order. Also 2 years. I'm getting towards the end, but like the fact that what other show has this long of a shelf life that people will still watch content from the 60s and then hop to 2013 and all around. So I think for us, it's about celebrating all of the different ways that people love Doctor Who. From a brand point of view, that's what we want to lean into, is that Doctor Who means so many things to so many different people, but it's all a bit different. And so we want to hear from the fans, like, why do you love it? What does it mean to you?